Okay, moving on now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in an interview to a newspaper, has said that he is opposed to an incident like the one that happened in Dadri and the cancellation of Pakistan singer Ghulam Ali's function in Mumbai due to protests that were staged by the Shiv Sena. Speaking on the Dadri incident, the Prime Minister has said that it is an extremely sad incident, but clarified that the central government has no role in such incidents. The Prime Minister even hit out at the opposition for playing the communal card by blaming the BJP, further adding that the opposition is indulging in politics of polarization and the BJP has always opposed any such kind of pseudo-secularism. He also has alleged that it is being done with an eye on the Bihar Assembly elections. Prime Minister Modi also said that all such incidents can be avoided through dialogue and debate. Okay, let's go now straight to TV Today's, India Today's managing editor Rahul Kanwal for more on this. Rahul, you know, the Prime Minister has received enough criticism for his silence by rival parties, and now finally he has spoken up about the Dadri lynching case. How do you, make of the words from the Prime Minister? Do you think it's enough to silence the critics? Because most of his own senior party members have been accused of making some very, obnoxious, inflammatory and provocative remarks about that incident.
Well, there are two ways of looking at it. The opposition says the Prime Minister is being highly hypocritical by commenting after so many days have lapsed. You just heard from Lalu Yadav, the impact that the Dadri lynching and beef politics is to have on the Bihar elections has already gone down to the ground. So if this was an attempt to try and polarize people along communal lines, that attempt has already been tried. Whether it succeeds or not is something we will know only later. But the Prime Minister speaking out, looked at from the perspective of the BJP, also sends out a very firm message that this is not acceptable. Remember, there was a certain level of ambiguity. There was a certain level of not knowing for sure what was in the mind of Amit Shah and the BJP president, which is what gave leaders like Sangeet Som, Sanjeev Balyan and the rest a license to say what they wanted. But in the interview that we did with Amit Shah yesterday, in the comments that Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, has made to ABP, he sent a very firm message. This should hopefully see all the hotheads in the BJP also calm down. But I've been speaking to several of the senior-most leaders of the BJP government. Many of them are camping currently in Bihar, and they've got one grouse, and their grouse, Avantika, is this, that the BJP, that the media is hitting out against all those leaders who are making inflammatory comments from the BJP. But they're saying, what about the Owaisis? What about the Azam Khans? What about Kejriwal? What about their acts in trying to provoke what's going on? Does that not matter as much? That's the perspective they have. So you have this victimization complex in the minorities. You have the majority community feeling that the justice that's being meted out in Uttar Pradesh is very selective.
Right.
And that really leads to a very dangerous cocktail, Avantika.
Oh, absolutely, Rahul. But, I want to understand this from you. We've seen how, political leaders across the spectrum have been piggybacking on this divisive politics. What do you make of the timing? First, it was Manohar Parrikar, Amit Shah in that exclusive interview with you, and now the Prime Minister. Now, the Congress is saying that, these words of assurance is coming from the BJP only because the Bihar elections is round the corner. And that perhaps is something which should be taken note of, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Remember, all of this is strategic. This is all being thought out at the back end. Mohan Bhagwat's interview with the RSS organizer and Panchajanya was not responded to by the Prime Minister for a good 2 weeks. It was only when he was at the Ambedkar function in Mumbai that he spoke about how reservation will continue and there was no question of trying to change it. Earlier they thought that the comments made by Amit Shah and the others would be enough to try and dispel the doubts over reservation. They clearly realized that that wasn't working. The message that was going down to the backward caste is that this is an upper caste party that might wish to rework or reassess reservation, which is why the Prime Minister was forced to make that statement. Even here, there is an internal angle, there's an external angle. The external angle is that this is being picked up by all the international newspapers of the world. The New York Times, The Economist, The Washington Post, they've been writing about it. The internal angle is that the BJP wants to ensure that a lot of the pro-development but anti-Hindutva voters, a lot of them are not necessarily your Ram Mandir, Article 370 supporters. They are people who want Vikas, who want development. They're the ones who voted Modi. They're uncomfortable with the kind of politics that's been seen. So what we're seeing here through Parrikar, through Amit Shah, through Narendra Modi, a strategic attempt being made to try and disassociate the BJP from the hot-headed comments that have been made and to say, we don't agree with this. But the question is, and I think that's the question the opposition is asking, will there be any action against Sangeet Som? Yesterday
Right.
Amit Shah told me Sangeet Som shouldn't have gone to Dadri.
Yes.
He's been pulled up for making the comments, but will he be acted against? Will Sanjeev Balian be acted against? Only if action is taken, not just a mild reproach, or not just a mild pulling up of somebody, but are you actually going to act? That, I think, is what will demonstrate whether this is just posturing, whether this is for the cameras, or whether this is for real, Avantika.
Very interesting. All right, Rahul, just stay with us. In fact, we would just want to play that exclusive interview with the BJP President Amit Shah, who has, broken his silence for the very first time on a lot of controversial matters. Amit Shah did speak exclusively to TV Today Network's managing editor Rahul Kanwal, and he said that what happened in Dadri was unfortunate, but it was the Samajwadi Party government's failure to tackle the law and order situation in the state. He has also accepted that Sangeet Som shouldn't have gone to Dadri in the first place, as Rahul was just pointing out. Amit Shah has also opened up on Bihar elections and the political mudslinging that the state has witnessed in the last few weeks now. He even goes on to say that the only agenda of BJP is development, and even mocked at the Grand Alliance as an quote-unquote arrangement. Let's listen into this interview.
Sangeet Som की भावना की बात
भैया, एक बात मुझे बताओ, आप अरविंद केजरीवाल को पूछा क्या? क्यों गए? आपने ओवैसी को पूछा? आपने राहुल गांधी को पूछा? क्यों नहीं पूछा?
हमने तो पूछा
नहीं पूछा भाई, मैं देखता हूँ टीवी, जानकार हूँ। नहीं पूछ रहे हैं ना आप मुद्दा बना रहे, कम्युनल मुद्दा। हम नहीं बना रहे हैं। हमने एक भी स्टेटमेंट नहीं दिया था। 8वें दिन पर संगीत सोम वहां पर गए।
उन्होंने कहा कि हम बदला लेंगे, जो गाय को मारेगा हम उसके खिलाफ बदला लेंगे।
ऐसा नहीं कहा उन्होंने, ऐसा नहीं कहा। मैंने देखा इंटरव्यू,
कहा उन्होंने
ऐसा नहीं कहा है। फिर भी संगीत सोम ने नहीं जाना चाहिए था।
नहीं जाना चाहिए था।
नहीं जाना चाहिए था। महेश शर्मा का जाना इसलिए लाजमी था क्योंकि वो वहां के जनप्रतिनिधि है, सांसद है।
Okay, Rahul is with us live from Patna. Rahul, now when you asked the BJP president whether the Bihar elections have become communally polarized, he absolutely denied it, and understandably so. In fact, he put the blame of, even the Dadri lynching case onto the administration of the UP government. Now, what did he have to say about the recent attack that has been made against Sudhindra Kulkarni? Because it's interesting, the Shiv Sena and the BJP are alliance partners in the state.
Okay, I want to break some news. Since you've asked this question of me, I'm just going to put out a report about how the BJP has now opened a direct link with the NCP. We're told that at the highest levels, BJP leaders are in contact with Praful Patel, Sharad Pawar, NCP leaders to try and ensure that even if the Shiv Sena goes away, there's no threat to their government. They're in constant touch with Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. And while in that interview, Avantika, he said that they don't agree with the ink attack by the Shiv Sena. He said the Shiv Sena has a traditional stand on Pakistan. The BJP doesn't support it. But remember, in the municipal elections that are going to happen in the next few days, the Sena and the BJP are fighting separately, and it seems over what's happened over the past 48 hours that this relationship is once again spiraling out of control. So a line of communication has been opened once more with the NCP, and an attempt is being made to ensure that even if the Shiv Sena goes away, they know that the BJP has an alternative planned out, that they can't just walk away. That's not acceptable. So that's again something that is in the works and is being played out. The Prime Minister, Amit Shah, senior BJP leaders all keeping a very close eye also on the situation in Maharashtra. Remember, they want to ensure that governance continues, that development doesn't suffer, and therefore they've opened this line of communication with the NCP to try and ensure that if the Shiv Sena walks away, they have an alternative that's ready, that can come in at short notice, Avantika.
Very interesting bit of news there, Rahul, with the BJP now, opening channels of communication with the NCP, gearing up for any eventuality with regards to the Shiv Sena. Rahul, thanks so much for joining us and getting us all the updates and more perspective.